Here we have a GCEO who may well have been delinquent. I'm not in a position to determine whether he was delinquent or not. But what I am in a position to determine is that he was attempting to deal with the best interests of the company he was heading up. I'm yet to be convinced that that was not his motivation. But here we have this great vigor to pursue him and not the others. Why are we not pursuing the others in the same way? Why? Is it because they have connections? Advocate Matibi and you, General Abia, have said you don't want to say who the names are there. Well, I'm going to ask you, is the name of David Mabuza in that report? Can I have an answer, please? Let me start with you, Advocate Matibi, because I hold you in high esteem. I haven't changed that opinion, so please don't let me give you that impression. Is that name in that report?
Advocate, though, in answering that question, you are here because we asked you to be here. You are doing what you are doing because we insisted that you must do it. So we must not prosecute you by doing what we asked you to do. So in answering such questions, it should not be as if you are at liberty at this point to venture into any other matters. The matter in front of you is this matter, and therefore we don't want generality into dealing with it. So I think in dealing with the question, you must probably focus on that point. Stop it. Advocate.
No, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Liz, thank you for those questions and for the kind words. We are certainly not pursuing the proverbial messenger, as you indicate, more than pursuing the substance. When we presented, we indicated that we looked at the authority to commission the investigation, but also looked at the usefulness of the report. And we did indicate that we cannot ignore the contents of the report. That is, I think, very, very important to note. And we will pursue it with rigor. We have indicated the joint operations that we have with the DPCI, and we will continue to do so, just like we have done before. There are those reports that we have presented before SCOPA, where members of the previous board, members including the executive authority, members of senior management of Eskom are being pursued rigorously in courts, civil courts, and in the criminal courts. This is no difference. When we say we will pursue and investigate without fear, favor, or prejudice, we really, really mean it. And that we shall not differentiate based on any measure. We did indicate that the good intent that the former GCO may have had in doing this does not preclude us looking at the governance part, so that we are able to make recommendations that would inform and guide state institutions going forward. So we can confirm and really, really assure the Honourable Committee and Honourable Liz that we will consider and pursue the substance of the report with rigor and ensure that we bring out the results and those who are found in the wrong, irrespective, and I agree with Honorable Hadebe, irrespective of what station in life you hold, irrespective of which name appears in the report, we will pursue that. Based on that, I indicated that there are names being mentioned in the report, but we've got legal constraints. With respect, that we would like to mention the names at a time where evidence allows us to do so, and within the constraints and the framework of the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Advocate Matibi. The question was specific about the name, and you've declined to answer that, and I accept that. But my question was specifically about other state-owned entities. Let's take PRASA, for instance. PRASA has been completely denuded as a result of what I believe was not following the rule of law of previous boards and CEO. Are you acting against the previous CEO of PRASA? If so, we need to know about it. But that really is my point. And it's not just, I'm not just focused on you, Advocate, General Labia and the Commissioner as well, need to understand that South Africans are not focusing on individuals, they're focusing on the rape of the state, the complete rape of the state by people who go away and see no consequences. That is the thing. And so I'm pleased to say that you've arrested 7 people, but it's really quite small. And again, I don't want to seem to be denigrating the good work you're doing. It is good. And I'll get to you now, General Labia. But the fact is that who's in jail? Are they there for 20, 30 years? And why isn't there a plethora of these people in jail? What is it that's holding us back here? And so given your record, and I'm directing it to you, but the same question I'll direct to General Labia, is given your good record of success, and given the latest directives to cut back on expenditure, my concern is that you are constrained and have been all along by the lack of resources, both people and other forms of resources. Is that not an element of why we're not seeing more people being arrested rather than just 7? If we as the state were to make you stronger resource-wise, surely you could do a lot more and we could satisfy South Africans that we really are changing and putting the bad guys in jail.
No, just hold it there. Honorable, yes, Honorable Mazambane. They are aye.
Sorry?
See, no, I'm just trying to prevail on, yeah. You know, our agenda item is not what you are getting into. We had PRASA here the other day. We had Transnet the other day. We had to be fair to the officers here, it is the point in hand, the point that we have received deliberations on is Eskom, and let's deal with Eskom, and let's not go anywhere else. You are free to ask your question, any question, as it relates to such instance. I want to plead with you, Mazambane.
Thank you, Honourable Somya, for your guidance. But the question is an Eskom question. The question is that after all this time of Eskom, would the SIU have made more progress, potentially, had the resources been available?
SIU?
No, thank you. Thank you, Honourable Chair. Thank you, Honourable Lees. Without really deviating further from the question at hand, we would appreciate the opportunity, Honourable Chair and Honourable Lees, to return and present on PRASA in detail, so that we can demonstrate that there has been focused attention on that institution and who has been identified and held to account. On the issue of resources, I think we are on record as saying we have identified really that on SIU, if I give just an indication that we have seen quite an increase in the proclamations that are being proclaimed. At last count, we had seen more than 100% increase, which is quite substantive. And that is increasing in the face of other ongoing investigations, including the Eskom investigation. So, and there are allegations still coming through. You have seen an amendment of the proclamation to Eskom. So yes, indeed, we continue to ensure that we present our case for further resources. And yes, if resources are increased, we would do more and be able to produce the results even more. Thank you.